How old were you when Lisa was born?
I was 28.
About 2 months after she was born, you went to the adoption agency to try to find her.
Yeah,
And they said, she's been adopted.
she's gone. Yeah, she's been adopted.
Will you call him Dad when you meet him?
I've been calling him Dad on the phone, and
And it has felt right.
the first conversations I didn't call him Dad. The first couple of conversations, and then it just felt okay. And I saw that it made him happy, which made me happier to do it.
Yeah, I feel a little nervous.
There they are. Oh my gosh.
This is very exciting. We are taking the very first step in finding out something about my life before I was adopted. Lisa Bell is taking me to the place where I can get my original birth certificate. This is a great law that was passed here in Colorado, that all the closed adoptions are open now, and you can get your original birth certificate. I won't get it today, but it's
I've been working in adoption for over a decade, and throughout that time, I often hear from adopted people. Lisa was one of those people who reached out to me because she was searching for her biological family. As I got to know Lisa, I was really sad to learn that she had been rehomed, that she'd been adopted twice. Her first adoptive parents terminated their own parental rights, brought her back to the adoption agency, and then she was adopted again. Learning all of that, it made total sense why she had decided to move across the world, settling in Italy, where she lives now. But just like me, she has spent much of her adult life wondering about her biological family and trying to find her roots.
It's here. I can't believe it's here. I cannot believe it's here.
So many people don't know that adoptees do not get our original birth certificates. We actually get a birth certificate that has been altered to make it look like our adoptive parents gave birth to us. Gradually, over time, state by state, their laws have changed around this, and I was so excited to see Lisa and follow her journey on her YouTube channel, where she goes to get her original birth certificate in Colorado.
And then it has the date of birth and everything, and it has my mother's maiden name, which was Shirley D. Small, and my father's name, which was Isel Denson.
Through this, she found her birth mother's name and was able to reunite with her, with Shirley.
Where are we going?
We are going to go meet your mom.
Oh my God!
Earth mom.
Yes, I was.
Shirley named Isel Denson as Lisa's biological father. So Lisa set out to find him, and she did. And after she found him, she wrote me and invited me to come with her to meet her in Tampa, Florida, to be a support emotionally for her and to document this journey. So at 55 years old, Lisa flew from Italy to Tampa. I flew from Seattle to Tampa to meet this man, Isel. How old were you when Lisa was born?
I was 28, yeah. And her mother was 22 or 23, something like
And
that.
how old are you now?
I'm 84.
84.
Yeah. She's my daughter that I never had.
So you would call the agency every once in a while. Your son would try online
Yeah.
to find Shirley.
Found Shirley, and I don't know what we would have found when we found Shirley. Probably she didn't know where she was either, you know. I was imagining that I would track her down and then I would walk up to this house, and then I would wonder, should I go or not go, you know. And then I would see a family there and all that. And I wouldn't know whether she would, accept me too, you know. all this time, finding her in Colorado Springs or anywhere, I would have tried to make contact with her and tried to come see her. You know, I would have.
How did it feel knowing that you were looking for her and then in her adulthood, she was looking for you?
Yeah. We just missed each other some kind of way, you know. Sure did. It made me feel a little bad, but, you know, I kept thinking about it, you know, over and over again.
What would you think about? Just where is she? Who's raising her? Is she having a good life? Birth fathers are often really overlooked by society and by adoption agencies. I remember growing up, I really focused more on my birth mom and not my birth father so much. I think this is due in part to the low expectations we have for men, and especially Black men, that the assumption is that they don't want to be part of their children's lives and that they don't care. For me, my birth father, Sandy, learned that he was a father at the age of 54 because his rights were terminated without him even knowing. And now here's Ezel, who's 85 years old, and he's about to meet Lisa. I can't wait to go talk to Lisa and just see how she's handling all of this.
Oh my god, it's so great.
Oh my. When I first started searching, I was really interested in Shirley and my mother, because that's the thing, the same way that you were, like I was in her body. And when I thought of my father, I did assumed that, you know, and there's a good friend of mine that I have to mention is Millie Chen, who made me think about this wonderful artist, when she said, why didn't you try harder and longer to look for him? Why did you assume that he was dead? And I think that's a really good question. Why did I assume the worst?
Tell me a little bit.
the
Did you
best?
search for him for a little while?
I did. I
And
searched.
then-
So I got my birth certificate, right? My birth certificate 3 years ago. And I Googled his name, and it was, there's only one, Ezel Denson.
Very unique name.
So I thought that's got to be him, right? But I wasn't able to get in touch with him. I left some messages and sent some emails, and then there was the what is it? Can't remember the name right now. This is me being tired. But there's the registry.
The Putative Father Registry?
No, Soundex.
Soundex, the international, the ISSR?
Yes, that's
International
it.
Soundex Registry.
Yeah, that's it.
Something, yes.
Something like that, yeah. One of them a woman from the registry emailed me and said, you know, your father looked for you in the 90s. And so that was, of course, already amazing for me to hear.
That.
Yes, and I
Wow.
almost thought that's enough. Like, at least I know
Because what
he
did you
thought
f-
about me. Well, I didn't know if he knew about me. I didn't know if he cared. That was some kind of
It was proof.
that he had looked for me.
He knew you were alive. He wanted you. You knew that at that moment.
I have anticipation. Kind of nervous.
Yes.
Yeah.
There they are. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't believe
Yeah.
Don't hit your head.
Thank you. Yeah. Good to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you.
Yeah, I'm asking God what took him so long to bring us together.
Look at you with your U.S. Air Force veteran hat on. Yeah. And look at how great you look. You want to come inside where it's cool?
Yeah.
It's so hot out here. Can I get you some water or some?
Yeah, some water be fine.
Yeah? Just
water.
regular water you want?
Regular
or
water.
Nothing
right.
special? Okay.
Nothing special.
Do you want a piece of cheese or
No,
a cracker?
I just ate some crackers.
You did? Okay, so
Yeah.
you're okay.
We stopped at one of these kind of drugstore.
I can't believe you're here.
Got some crackers.
I can't believe it.
Peanut butter. Yeah. I'm fine though. I'm
glad.
fine.
I'm glad.
So, just want to enjoy it a little bit.
Oh, gosh.
Through the years. I understand you sing too.
Yeah, that's right.
Very good.
You know I do. Yeah. You know I do.
I'm ready to sing "To God Be the Glory."
Yeah. I love that
Yeah,
video
fine.
of you singing in church.
Oh, you saw
bringing-
that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
it's really beautiful.
Okay. Okay.
Here we go. Do you want to sit down?
Yeah, we can sit.
We can sit here or here, whatever you prefer.
Well,
Let's go out down there?
That's a great place to
Isn't
sit.
it? I think
Yeah.
so too. That was my same impulse.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you're
I
here.
don't want to.
I'm sorry I made you come so long. I wanted to come to you, but I will come to you next week, and there won't be any cameras, and it'll just be us.
Okay.
Whenever you
Okay.
want me to. But
What we
yeah,
gonna do?
maybe I'll sit beside you.
Okay. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Amazing Grace.
That's right. It's so beautiful.
The sun is shining
We're in a garden
in the garden.
under the tree. We've got all these animals coming to say hello. Come get some apple from my daddy.
Yeah. Not my finger.
Take it.
Not my finger. Oh man. That's too much of a bite for you. You got 2 gulps. Now you want
He's
some more.
kind of fat, huh?
Yeah, he's big. Big, gonna bite your leg now.
He knows we don't have any more food for him. I want to thank you for looking for me when I was small.
Mhm.
I never did say thank you
Yeah.
for
well,
doing that. That's
I'm sorry for being a failure, but I'm
Well,
happy that you're.
not a failure.
I'm happy that your cousin. She never. How did that happen?
So that happened that she found Sammy, who is Shirley's youngest sister, okay? Because she was
Sammy.
also adopted.
At some point there, they should have went back to the record. They saw my message.
They should have. It's
And-
a failing of the system.
And having my name, ISELL, which
Yeah.
I grew up saying EZELL.
Right. But for
It's
the
only-
military, it became ISEL.
Right.
Right.
And there's no other name like that in the United States of America.
When I went to look for you, you're the only one who came up.
Only one.
You're the only one.
Only one. I
How
hit
could
that.
they not look for you when I came
Right.
back? I should have been with you. We would have
Right.
gone to
6
Alaska.
years
We could have
old.
gone to Alaska
That's
together.
Right. That's right. That's right.
We could have done so many things.
Oh yeah, it would just been you and me. I probably wouldn't have had another life, you know.
Mm.
It was just you and me. Shoot, I didn't need anybody else.
Aw, that's such
You
a
know?
sweet thing to say.
Yeah, it was just you and me.
I used to listen to albums, you know, when we had vinyl records on the stereo, and I would see that record cover of Marvin Gaye,
Yeah,
and I would think about you,
Yeah.
and I would think about the fact that my daddy is not afraid to be black,
right.
like my adoptive father is.
That's right.
He's not afraid of it. And that was my vision of you for all those years. I held that in my mind.
Yeah.
And when I saw that picture of you,
Yeah.
I said, yeah, there's something. There's something there. He's got that swag.
Brother. There's too many of you dying. Yeah.
Yeah. That was my memory There's a expression for it that they say
Yeah.
for adopted children.
Yeah.
When adopted children try to imagine their family,
Yeah,
it's called a
right.
ghost kingdom.
The ghost.
Ghost kingdom.
Ghost syndrome. Yeah.
So in my ghost kingdom.
What? Geo
Kingdom.
Kingdom.
Ghost kingdom.
Ghost Kingdom.
So
okay.
in my ghost kingdom, Marvin Gaye was you.
Yeah.
And I would give him all these characteristics of the strong black man
Yeah.
taking care of business and peaceful and like everything you are.
Yeah.
I really imagined
Yeah.
in when I was a little girl. You know,
Yeah.
and it's strange that I didn't really think too much about Shirley, but I definitely had you. I held you in my heart when I was a little girl.
Is that right?
I sure
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. I'm so
I sure did.
sorry.
Oh no, you don't have to be sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did. I thought about you. I thought about you a lot.
Yeah.
Wondered where you were and hoped I'd see you one day. And now the day has come, and I'm so glad. And it doesn't, you know,
Yeah.
those years don't matter. You don't need
Yeah.
to have any regret for them because we're here now.
Yeah, we're here now and span those 55 years. Yeah, bring them to not a closure, but we can go forward from here.
Yeah.
Not a closure. Never be a real closure because you miss out on so many birthdays, so many happy occasions. Yeah, it's a lot.
I gotta say, I love your jeans. I just saw that they're Levi's jeans.
Huh?
Those are some snazzy jeans that you got on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
They're great.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just get a beach chair and sit out there. I love going to the beach.
Yeah. Would you just take off
You
your
can smell-
shoes and go in the water?
Oh gosh.
You don't want to do that.
Not right now. Well, I'm very tempted, honestly.
Walking
My baby back home. Yeah, I know that one too.
You know that one too?
Yes. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Pistachio.
She's from Italy. And I'm from Tampa, Florida.
Family? Are you family?
Yeah, that's my daughter. Newfound daughter.
We just found each other.
Recently reunited.
Today is the first day.
You're gonna make me cry, darling.
She's also
You're so cute.
got on my shades.
Got rid of the bad.
Got rid of the bad knee. You leaving now?
I am, and so are you.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, man. Very good day.
Oh, I'm all smelly and nasty and sweaty.
Me too.
But I love you.
I
I
love
love
you.
you so much. I'm so happy and grateful for this day. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. We're so lucky.
Very lucky.
We're such lucky people.
I'm asking God, what took you so long? What took you so long?
All right, I'll see
Okay.
you tomorrow afternoon.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Reunions are so complex. It's really tempting to just say, how beautiful, or I'm just so glad they found each other. But in reality, it's a tragedy. It's a failure of the system, and it's really frustrating because the people who failed Lisa and Iselle are not here now to make reparations for time lost. I spent less than 10 years with my birth father before he passed away. And although those years were joyous, it's really hard for me not to wonder what it would have been like had we known each other sooner. And sometimes as I'm wondering about this, I'll admit I actually just start feeling angry.
Nice to meet you too.
This is my really good friend Angela. This is
Give me a hug.
Shirley.
Hi. I want a hug because I just love your daughter.
Oh, I love her too. Good to see you.
Oh my goodness. Crazy beautiful. I told him yesterday that in my ghost kingdom, he was Marvin Gaye. Oh! I was like, that Marvin Gaye is who he makes me think of. And the other thing that we talked about yesterday is that my adoptive father, Arthur, he called him an Oreo. I don't like the term, but he was, he was not interested in being Black. He married his white wife. He lived in a white community, and he didn't think about, or he had problems with his identity, right?
Yeah.
And he did not abuse us physically, but you both know that my mother did, right?
Yeah.
And so I know that it was the 1970s, and so it was a different time, and certainly there was more spanking, more corporal punishment. But she went beyond that.
Yeah.
She would break wooden spoons over us and use the belt end of the buckle, of the belt. So I think it was more than even for the 70s, and he stood by and watched it and allowed it. So I used to say, when I was little, I didn't have the words, but I used to say, well, my real daddy would not do that. Yeah. He wouldn't let that happen, and he would stand up, and I know my real daddy is a strong Black man and a proud Black man. And then I said, I know my real mommy would never bring, blood, like beat me till I'm bloody. I know she would never do that, and I know. And it's fun, and the beautiful thing is, this morning I thought, I had those thoughts when I was a little girl, and now I know you both, and it's true, and I know it's true. I know that if I had lived in your house, you would have been a strong, protective, beautiful father, and I know that you would have been a loving, caring mother. So I already knew you. I already loved you when I was a baby, and that's what I wanted you to know. And I wanted you to know that love, that I carried that love in my heart for you all these years, and somehow I knew you. That was like my thought this morning, that I wanted to tell you. I wanted you to know.
Thank you, but that would never happen.
I know.
There are adoption agencies who still are gonna block out people like Isel and say, yeah, you want your daughter, but this
we have a
family-"
system. We've got a system in
Yes.
place, and you're not part of it.
Right.
Yeah. The system failed, and we should be angry about that, and we should be trying to change that.
And I'm
but
just-
once it's happened,
Yes. Yes.
what do you do?
Right.
It was an incredible feeling to be in between the two of them, and there was a really palpable feeling of love in that moment, in that room, and I'm so inspired by their courage in doing this and having this moment, because it wasn't easy for either one of them. It was hard for me because I didn't want to hurt them, and I didn't want them to have those images in their head and to add to their shame and grief. And so that's why that was really hard to do. Yeah, it hit me this morning. It hit me hard. And
I think
And
I
that
see
happens,
both you and
you know?
Isel fumbling around with the words closure, opening. This is just an incredible, like it's all coming together. It's coming to an end. Wait, no, it's just started.
That's so true.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. I've already said thank you so many times to you, but I can't stop saying it. I can't stop saying
I'll wear mine. Lisa, give me some different side angle.
it. These are so cute.
Taking me to the car.
Take me to the car. You guys-
I love you.
Yeah, I love you too. And it's a new beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
All right.
God bless.
God bless you.
God bless.
After my initial meeting with Ezel, I had a beautiful, beautiful week with him. We grew even closer in that week. The very last morning, he said, I haven't really been sleeping since you've been in Florida because I just feel like I should have done more. And he said, I know it's not a good thing or a nice thing to talk about, but I am in my 80s and I'm not going to last forever, and I want to make sure you're taken care of. Also, for my will, I would like to include you, but I don't want there to be any problems after I'm gone with anybody contesting it, the will or anything. I interrupted him and I told him that's not why I looked for you. That's not what I needed from you. I just wanted to know you. And he said, it's not for you, it's for me. I said, okay. He said, let's take a DNA test because I want to make sure that you're taken care of. And so we did. It's crazy. When we walked into that room, we were both so sure of the fact that I was his and he was mine. We took the test, went back to the house and said our goodbyes. And then I got back here to Italy and got those results and found out that actually he's not my father. It's such a blow to have thought that you had a daughter. I mean, I've always thought I had a father and it's not him, but whereas he thought he had a daughter and he doesn't have one. When I got the first DNA result, my first reaction was anger, hurt at my mother that lasted a day. And then I thought about it, and then I thought, that's ridiculous. Why would I've never been angry at her, and there's no reason to start now, and I'm sure that there was nothing nefarious, and I need to have compassion for her and the times that she was living in and the environment in which she grew up. And
What was her explanation?
she was shocked. She was shocked when I told her. She said, what? She just kept saying, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. And I felt horribly because then she had sleepless nights. She had a few sleepless nights and she kept texting me and apologizing. And then I could see she was embarrassed. And that's where I could see that shame came into it. And then I think in the first conversation, she said to me, though, I always thought it was Ezel, but I didn't put his name on your birth certificate. And I said, well, yes, you did. How else did I find his name? And so when I put down the phone with her, I looked at the birth certificate, which I have here, and the original birth certificate, where the father is left blank. Okay. And on my first adoption is where Ezel Denson's name is. So when he came, I'm assuming, looking for me at the hospital, then his name must have been inserted into the file. Another thing that's really telling is the fact that she has no memory of being pregnant with me. And I think that speaks to deep trauma. How much effort do I go following the bloodline? But I'm interested in it. That's why I started this. But I'm not interested anymore in finding this father figure because I feel like I found the one who was my father.
I was here at the house, and she called and told me that it was came back negative. And so that was pretty hard to take. It's more like post-traumatic stress. You go to something like that.
It feels like post-traumatic stress.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that makes you feel so connected to Lisa?
Well, it was the time I spent looking and thinking, dreaming. I said she was still my daughter. Every time you call me dad, something goes on up here.
Oh. The feelings. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Still, I said, you're still my daughter, no matter what.
That would be an interesting moment if she does find her biological father, and for you to still be in that relationship too.
Right, it will be very interesting, but we just have to share. We just have to share.
I love that. Hi, Dad.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm doing fine down here.
Oh, that's great. I'm at the top of Brescia, which is the city where I live, and I wanted to show it to you. But are you driving? Oh, don't worry. I'll just take a picture and send it to you.